Luke, please introduce yourself and tell us who you're affiliated with today.
Okay, so I'm Luke Kuohee. I'm a graduate student at Macom's Business School in the MSTC program.
Great. And are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a startup business?
Yes, I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Bionic. And what Bionic does is it helps businesses and organizations that are working in the developing world move from cash payments to mobile payments.
Great. Where did you come up with this idea?
So I'm from Uganda, in East Africa, and I've worked for the last 15 years with nonprofits. I've been building systems in the MFI space, in the agriculture space, trying to help them use technology to improve the impact of their programs. And one of the key things was access. And so mobile is emerging as a solution for that access, and especially in the payment space. So right now, mobile payment networks exist and are growing really fast in the developing world. So for example, in Kenya, mobile payments now are about $16 billion a year across these mobile networks. Now, while that's happening, the UN, the USAID, and a lot of international money is still flowing into these places as cash. We're estimated about $150 billion still flowing as cash. And so they've not yet made the shift to mobile, mainly because the mobile payment networks are fragmented. And so from working with the space, we saw this and we built a system that would allow them to aggregate across mobile payment networks and make the shift possible.
So you're being an entrepreneur and you're doing a master's degree at the University of Texas as well. Isn't that not like having two startups?
It's like having three startups.
Three startups. Yeah. So how do you balance?
Well, the program is designed for people like us. It's designed for entrepreneurs. For the most part, everyone in the class is working with a startup or with a company already. And so a lot of the coursework is actually relevant for what we're doing at the different stages we are in the startup company. And that's helped a lot.
Is there any particular professors that you've worked with on the course that have been most helpful at this stage of your business?
When I moved here, it was strategic because we knew we had a platform that could be used for something. We were not so sure what. And the program helped us do market validation and figure out the different segments that this application we were building could be relevant to, and also how to bring it to market. So it's a technology commercialization project, and it's really helped us commercialize our technology. And so the professors, we have strategy professors, Graebner, and we've got Rob Adams, who has also helped us a lot, Rob Warren, and helping us hone our pitch, hone our idea, and make it ready for the market.
Good. In those professorial classes, do you get people from the outside coming in and helping give real-life experiences to complement the learning?
Yes. We'll have speakers, either entrepreneurs themselves, people have VCs perhaps, people have had good exits, come in and tell us about their own life story and also give us tips on how to grow the business. And for the most part, that interaction continues outside class. So we'll meet these people, and some of them are good friends now and advisors for some of us as well.
I call you an entrepreneur because I believe you started this business and you appear to be very entrepreneurial. Do you call yourself an entrepreneur?
I'm a techie.
You're a techie.
I've always been passionate about engineering and about how technology can change lives. And where I'm from, I've seen, in the health sector, for example, how mobile and how the advancements in technology can really save lives. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be part of that. And so I see myself doing something that I was born to do. And if that makes me an entrepreneur, then great.
So perhaps you're perhaps a little bit of the most typical capitalist entrepreneur, but perhaps also a social entrepreneur or a civic entrepreneur.
Yeah. I'll was philosophical for a bit. A lot of non-profit projects tend to have an end of life because they're donor funded, they're testing out a system, and then they end. When you bring business into the picture, business tends to be very sustainability driven and profit driven. So I think merging the two gives the opportunity to create systems that will live beyond the lives of the people who created them, and systems that will continue to have impact beyond their initial time frame.
So affecting the community is important to you.
Yes.
That's great. So tell me where the business is today. For you, what's the next year look like?
Right, so we're in 3 countries, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. We're connected to the biggest networks in those countries, and we are at a point where we're getting a lot of interest from the USAID and the UN and a few other donor organizations to start using this system. So we're pounding the pavement. We're trying to scale up. We plan to be in 10 countries over the next 1.5 years and to have some major clients on the platform at that point.
So if I ask you, what's the one thing you really need today that would help propel this business faster for you? What would that be?
Right. We're raising a seed round right now, 500,000, and we want to use that to attract good talent in the corporate sales and international operations space.
Great.
That's what would move us to the next level.
This could be a great investment, and this is obviously going to be a great company. Thank you for being here today.